Hey guys, this is Steli FT with Close.io. I'm actually currently in Berlin for the week. I did a couple of workshops, go to a few conferences, meeting with customers, and kind of immersing myself into the startup ecosystem in Berlin. I'm currently in a conference room, and you can see, the kind of background images that startups have in Berlin in their conference rooms. I'm going to show you out of the window. It's kind of like a nice old brick factory building here. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to share one quick story with you, or a tactic, a philosophy when it comes to negotiating with customers that I just discussed with somebody. A salesperson, VP of sales for a startup here in Berlin, comes to me and says, "Hey Steli, we just negotiated this large deal with a customer. We set the final terms and now we are unhappy with them. What do we do? How can I go back to the customer, and should I go back to the customer and try to renegotiate?" And here's my response to that. Whenever you actually close a deal, but afterwards you have seller's remorse, you're actually unhappy about the way that you sold them, you're unhappy about the terms you gave them, what are you going to do? Should you go back and try to renegotiate? And here's the question that I asked him. He wanted to know tactics and hacks and things to word, and kind of the language to use. But before you go into the tactics, you have to step back and think about the basic strategy and psychology of negotiation. The basic question I had for him was, are you willing to lose the deal? If you are, I'm going to tell you how to negotiate and renegotiate the deal, but you have to be willing to lose it to even try to reapproach it and renegotiate. If you are not, in essence, ready to lose the deal, don't try to renegotiate. It's as simple as that. Because if you try to renegotiate with a customer and you're afraid of losing the deal and you're not willing to lose the deal, you're going to lose the negotiation. And not just that, you're going to lose your credibility in the process. But if you are willing to actually lose the deal, you can go back from a place of friendly strength, right? You can go back and actually tell them, listen, you know what? I really only want to do this if both parties are happy. And I want to be honest with you guys, I'm not fully happy anymore. Thinking about the way that we structured this deal, I'm not confident that we can long-term serve you and at the same time make a profit, or at the same time actually be able to give you the service or whatever it is. For one or another reason, this is not the right deal. And I think that if we could only change this number, it would make it something that would benefit both parties a lot better and would have a lot more longevity. Are you guys open to that? The kicker is, if you're willing to lose the deal and they say no, you have to tell them, you know what, I get where you're coming from and I hope you can see where I'm coming from. Maybe this isn't a good deal to begin with. Maybe we are not a perfect fit. And you know what? It's always sad to see that happening, but I'd much rather learn that now, before both parties have invested a lot of money and time, than learning that 2-3 months down the line. Would you agree? So I want to let you guys think about that, but I truly believe that if we can't get close to what I described to you, it's a deal that probably is not a good idea. And then you need to be willing to lose the deal. If they say no, you need to be able to tell them that the deal is off the table. The reason for that is that, A, with that kind of energy and attitude, if you're actually willing to walk away, more often than not, you're going to win the negotiation. And number two, if you don't win the negotiation, at least you're winning credibility. People will respect you. People will talk about you highly. They might not buy today. They might buy 3-6 months down the line. And once they do, they're going to trust your word, and they're going to know you always come from a position of strength and you're not like somebody to be pushed around. I have actually one example where we did this once, where we actually saw that a deal that we had closed for Close.io turned out after 6 months to not be profitable. That customer of ours was doing such high calling volume into such crazy markets that had such high calling costs to us that we were actually not making that much money with them, although we were a large customer. Now, it always sucks to have to go back to a large customer that's been around with you for a while and tell them they have to pay a shit ton more money, or that you're actually not making enough money with them. And our salespeople, our team actually resisted that and was like, well, they're a big customer, they've referenced and referred us to lots of other customers. Let's not rattle the boat, let's not piss them off. But sooner or later, it was clear that it makes no sense for us to have a customer that we're not making enough money because we can service them, we can support them, we can't feel good about them. So we had to reapproach them. We told them exactly why the price isn't right. We told them exactly why we need to increase the price. We gave them plenty of time to make up their mind if they want to do it or not, if they want to switch solution. We told them we would go beyond any expectations to help them if they want to transition to another solution. And we told them, in 2 months or in 3 months, I don't even remember, we're going to increase the price dramatically. I think we had to double the price. But in that time, we're going to sustain the pricing for you guys, and whatever you need from us, we're going to do. But we need to increase the price. And they weren't that thrilled about that, and they jumped on a few calls with us, but eventually they decided the value we provide is higher than the price, and they really appreciated the transparency, and they started paying us a lot more money. And now we can service them and support them, and they're still incredibly successful with us. But the key thing is that we were willing to lose them. It always sucks, but don't go to renegotiate a deal if you're not willing to walk away from the deal. I hope that it's going to be helpful for you guys. Go out there and get them.